All right, in this episode, we talk about how often you should be squatting per week.
And what's a good post-game routine?
All right, Brent Porcio, Stephen Godani here at Top Velocity, hashtag Pitch Tip Show. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, whatever. We'll find it. And if we don't answer it, tweet it, put it out again. At Top Velocity, hashtag Pitch Tips, hashtag Baseball Tips, hashtag Catching Tips, whatever. Anything we do here at Top Velocity with the 3X, 2X programs, we want to answer your questions. Had a great show so far. Great series so far. A lot of episodes have been put out. We're going to keep it going as long as we keep getting great questions. Go check out topvelocity.net if you haven't already. Check out our pitching articles. Check out all the video analysis I have on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to this channel if you're watching it on YouTube. Like us, whatever you can do to keep this going. Tell us you like it, support us, and we'll do our best to keep it coming to you. So, what's our question for today? Mr. Franks asks, what's better for strength gains? 2 or 3 times a week for squat/bench? You know, I really look at it as there's no perfect formula for performance enhancement. You know, we really believe in heavy loads, working up to heavy loads. Of course, you got to establish a base, a good technique, a good joint integrity, joint stability, and then work up to high loads, heavy loads, and try to move those maxes up. You know, we do 8-week cycles. But if you could do 3 days a week a heavy squat, I'm all for it. But the thing is just watch for overtraining. When you're young, overtraining doesn't, it comes early, but you can really get to a place where sometimes you feel like you can continually recover, and that's good. But if you do find yourself having signs of overtraining, which typically are depression, low energy, really low energy. Another thing is timing, how much time you're taking in between sets and sets mainly. If you feel like you're like taking a lot of time in between sets, I know you sometimes just want to talk, but if your body's just taking forever to recover, could be a sign you're overtraining. Also strains, pulls, another sign you'd be overtraining.
If you're pissed off at everyone.
Yeah, if you're pissed off at everyone, that might not be. But all good things to monitor to make sure you're not overtraining. There's also apps out there, these tap apps, where you basically put your hand on the table and you tap as fast as you can, and you can tap every day and just watch how basically within 20 seconds how many taps you get off. And you can see that change. If it really starts to go down, you're getting slow, your CNS is fried, you need to take time off. And that would be bringing in an unloading week, a week where you don't get above definitely 80% of your 1 rep max, and no more than 3-4 sets to let your body recover. Try to, if anything, just keep it light, but still, it's called an active recovery. Still do the work, the technique, move around, you just follow through with just a light load. So yeah, squat as much as you can, but if you start to overtrain, you're gonna have to take that unloading week so your body can catch up so you don't completely crash or hurt yourself. What do you think, Manad?
I'm guessing you're talking about it like in the sense of like a strength block where you're mainly just gonna be trying to gain strength over that time. So if you're gonna do that, you have your period of time, like say like a month of doing it, where if you want to do 2 or 3 times a week for those specific like squat or bench, I think it really just depends on the individual too. So like if like all those signs of overtraining, like if it's absolutely crushing you, then maybe that's not the best routine that you should be doing. But yeah, like if you figure out your routine 2 or 3 times and not going completely overtrained, then you're gonna have your month of doing that, and then you should switch into something else, like where you go into like a power phase to transfer it, so you're not just working strength the whole time.
Yeah, and guys come to us with the 3X pitch velocity program, and it gives them a good template to build from. And we have different levels that build in different phases. But also, too, guys that have been with us come down to the camps, stay to train in the summers and the falls. We'll customize programs for them, and like I do with a lot of the pro guys, I'll customize programs for them. And if I monitor them every week, I do start really pushing them. I'll add in a whole other set of a heavy squat or front squat or another Olympic lift because I think they can handle it. And I want to always take advantage of more work, pushing the body more. But then, of course, if I overdo it, then we go just into an unloading week and we pretty much go into that active recovery. So the point is you need something to start with. 3X pitch velocity programs or 2X programs are a good place to start, but we can also, based on what your needs are, we can customize you something, make it even better. Something we do here. Good, next question.
Nicholas Archers asks, here's a question. What's a good routine to follow after pitching a game, right after, and the days following? Thanks. Love the show.
Yeah, right after a game, I don't believe in flushing the blood. When your body is burning lactic acid because of the hundreds, the many pitches you've thrown, it could have been into the hundreds. Going out and continuing to burn more energy is not a way to flush it. Flushing the blood would be more, for me, would be actually replenishing it. So after a long game, I wouldn't want to go out and keep exercising. I would definitely go out and do some mobility work, a cool down, definitely with mobility work. And maybe if I wanted to, I felt like my arm wasn't completely toasted, I might do some external rotation exercises to kind of strengthen up those decelerators that have been eccentrically loaded the whole time. Do a lot of concentric loading for it to strengthen it up. But that would probably be it. And then I would really focus on rest and refueling my system, like getting in all that glycogen, which your body needs most of its glycogen with the next 30 minutes to replenish, and then getting in the proteins to help rebuild. That would be my routine following the game. And then the next day, go right into a heavy leg day. Typically what we do to stimulate more growth hormone, more testosterone to help recover the system. A lot of times, you hit the lats hard, you hit the rotator cuff, your body's not gonna produce as much to rebuild those muscles of hormones. So going and crushing your legs the next day kind of support the whole system to rebuild quicker. So I'm big on heavy legs post-game the next day. Not on heavy upper body, just heavy legs. And a light upper body work, but definitely an upper body work, an active recovery. And that would be a good routine for me. And also, once again, eating all the good fuel that we need to put back in the system, all the protein we need to put back in the system, and making sure you're resting a lot to support that recovery. And active recovery is a full training program, not just the heavy leg stuff, but all the peripheral stuff that we do, like with our in-season programs. Anything you want to add?
I think that's awesome. That's killing it especially if you're a starter with that information, that if you know that, okay, I'm going to get the ball in 4 or 5 days from now, and you can really plan out, all right, the next day I'm going to crush legs and then go on. And then I think another great example, if you're a reliever, is David. David is great to talk to about that stuff. So I was kind of wishing he was here to answer some of this because, when you're a reliever, you don't know if you're getting the ball again the next day, so it might not be smart to just go out and crush leg day. But he would say, when he knew that he had the next day off, he would literally just kill it in the weight room because he knew he had that extra day of recovery to get in. And then, of course, kept up with the in-season program, but not completely frying his system, so he was ready to go. But then when he had that extra day off, he killed it, he said.
Yeah, David, because a relief pitcher, wasn't able to go heavy leg day the next day because he would pitch the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
So when he did he knew he was getting a day off, then he'd crush it. He'd get a heavy leg day.
Absolutely.
But if you're a starter, that's coming,
exactly.
And you can do that. But with a relief pitcher, you have to wait till you get that day off, and then you can hit it. Mm-hmm. And David said that was huge to helping him keep his legs under him.
Yeah, he came in back here too. Just you were saying he was night and day different from last offseason.
Yeah, he came back from the season 100 times better, stronger than he was when he first came here, after the 2014 season when he was really struggling. So it was great to see that he maintained his strength the entire pro season, and that was because putting in those heavy leg days when he had those days off.
Yeah, I didn't know him in 2014, but when he came back in, I was like, wow, this guy's looking good.
Yeah, you should have seen him. He was a shell.
Yeah.
A shell of himself. All right, good question. If you have another question, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, @TopVelocity, #PitchingTips, #BaseballTips. Ask your question, we'll answer on the show. We'll see you at the ABCA convention. We'll check out topvelocity.net. Reach out to us online. Get your question out. We'll get on the next episode.
Yeah. Holla, we them boys. Holla, we them boys.